Hi, Christine. Hi, Lisa. Hello, everybody. Glad to see you. I had a request to do this page. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I'll just show you how to do the separate elements, and then you can put it all together however you'd like to. Glad y'all could join me this morning. I hadn't got a whole lot of time. I've got to go help my husband and run the log splitter for him, so I'll do this as quickly as I can. First, I want to show you how I went about doing this part. Hey, Laurie, is your mom better? Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, Mary Elaine. Okay, first, to get this, I just did a Google search, and I think I typed in music staff with notes. I'll pray for Laurie. Good morning. And then I pulled up the images for that, and I chose this one. And then I made it bigger. Hi, Tammy from Kansas. And I put my piece of paper right over the screen. You won't be able to see it with the lights I've got shining on it, but then I was able to trace that. And I got this. And then I put that behind my Bible page, and so I just traced that part. And when I started this, I wasn't sure where I was going, if I was going to put anything else. Good morning. If I was going to put anything else on the page. I kind of build things as they go and just see how they turn out. So I painted this page first, and I'm going to show you how to do, this is supposed to be a hollyhock. I'm not sure if that's what it looks like, but anyway, we'll call it that. Good morning, Seattle. It must be early there. Well, I hope these look like hollyhocks. Okay, I prepped my page with the soft gel matte medium. I'm looking forward to trying the liquid kind. This one is more like a paste, but I'm starting to get a little bit low on it. So, hi, Shauna. So I did that first, and the reason I did that instead of the clear gesso that I sometimes use is because I like to lift, and for some reason I feel like I can lift the color better when I use the matte gel medium. Okay, so I'm just going to do this on a piece of paper, and I have to look to see where I prepped it. And like I usually say, if I miss any questions, if somebody else knows the answer, you just jump right in and answer them, and or ask it again, and hopefully I'll do it. To make the hollyhocks, I'm just using a flat brush. This one is a number 12 flat brush, and I'm using the Sakura Koi Pocket Feel Sketch, this little one. And this is the color that I'm using for the lilacs. It's Crimson Lake. And what I'm going to do, after I get my color moistened, these brushes, I'm not sure. They're just, let's see. Oh, it's Artist Loft. I have all kinds. Well, these are pretty old, so they've kind of quit shedding, but I have bought some that I couldn't stand, but this one seems to be doing okay. Now, when I put my brush in, I'm just going to put it, I'm turning it to the side, and I'm just going to put one side in the color, because when I do this, I want to have the middle part, see, this part kind of lighter. And you could put a color on that. I'm just putting the brush down, and I'm going to just go around in a circle with the brush. And I'm kind of jiggling it to making it look like waves, kind of. And that's kind of washed out right now, but I'll add some more color to it later. Okay, and then I'm going to do one like this, or try to. And once again, I'm just putting the side of the brush in, and I'm just going to do a partial circle. So I'm going to go around like that. And then I'm just going to clean my brush off. I think I'll use a round brush for that. This. And I'm just going to come across like this to make this one is kind of turned up to the side. And like I said, I'll go back in a few minutes and add. Now the bud is just like I started the roses when I did the video on roses, and all of these are on YouTube under Susan Gazinski if you want to go watch them there. But I'm just going to do kind of a little C, and then just with the water on my brush, I'm going to make a bud. This is a bud that's kind of turned to me. You're welcome. I've had a couple of requests for different things, but all right. For the leaves, I'm going to use this yellow-green first, and they're sort of heart-shaped. And I'm just going to do one leaf just to give you the idea of how I did them. Let that sit a minute. Now I'll go back with that same Crimson Lake, and I'm going to add a little dark around the edges of this. I'll have to tell you that when I was working on this, it was not until I added the blue the blue background that I liked it. It just didn't seem like it had much until I put that in, but I did try a trick on that I really like, so I'll show you that in just a minute. So anyway, I'm just, with a clean brush, I'm just pulling that in some. And Crimson Lake again on this one. Do the same thing to the outside. And then we'll put a little down here on the bottom of that. This is a clean brush again. And in a minute, I'll go back and darken in there. All right, now I've mixed up some of the lemon yellow, and I put a little white in it. And I'm going to add some of that to the inside part here on both of them. No, it's not private, I don't think. I've got it so... I hope it's not. Let me see if I can check that. I don't, I'm not sure. I didn't intend for it to be. As y'all know, I'm not the most technological person in the world. And apology for the people that after I put this on YouTube, someone wanted me to do those full screen, and you can't do a full screen with Periscope. I tried it, and instead of doing full screen, it just made everything sideways. And I actually got help from somebody that knew what they were doing, and he found the same thing. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the leaf, and I'm going to, with just a clean brush, I'm going to lift. I'm wiping my brush off some and just lift some of that color. And that matte gel medium allows you to do this, to show the veins of the leaf. It's lifting better in some places than others. I don't know if I have it on here thick enough because I did it so fast. But anyway, it'll still work. Okay, now I'm going to mix kind of a darker green. I'm going to use the olive green, which is this one. And I'm going to mix some, a little bit of gray and a little bit of this blue with it, just to make a darker. Too much blue. Okay, I've got it too blue. That's what I've got now. I like the color, but you can't really see it on here. I'm putting a little brown with that. Okay, now I've got a darker color. Okay, now what I'm going to do is go back in and add some dark away from that part I lifted, and I didn't lift the greatest in the world, but anyway, just to make it darker. And I'll go back in a minute and smoosh that a little bit around, or dibble dabble it, whatever I do. Okay, I'm going to go in with some pure yellow that's not mixed with the white, and just put a dot here in the middle. That's going to be my my brain just went blank, whatever that part of the flower is called. That was too wet. Okay, I'll add some stems and stuff. I'm glad you like the dibble dabbling. And this would go on up and have more on it. But like I said, I'm just showing you a few of them. And I would definitely put more leaves on it. Now I'm going to go back with that leaf and soften that a little bit so it's not, so it kind of blends a little bit. And now I'm just going to mix a little darker. Well, it's too wet, I think, to take this right now, but you can just go back in and add some other color. Anyway, this color on this stem is too strong, but I can lift one side. And then I would go in with some dark and darken one side of that. I'm doing this while it's too wet, but if you let it sit a minute, then you'll kind of get the shading on that. Okay, I'm gonna use some gray and some of that cobalt blue, and it's got some of the other colors mixed in. But I'm going to go around and darken, not dark enough, right around that yellow. On both of those. This is still too wet, y'all, so don't do what I'm doing. Do what I say, not what I do. Okay, and then I'm going to bring that out. It's a little gray to suit me, so I'm going to hopefully pick up a little blue. Okay, now I'm going to go back with the Crimson Lake, that hot pink color or whatever it is, and I'm going to darken this area so you can see that it's have the shape of the flower. Put a little bit more down here too. So that flower's turned a different way. Okay, let's see what I can do to this little bud back here. Too wet. And this looks kind of silly right now, but if you added more leaves around it. Now I want to show you what I did with the background. This is the cobalt blue. And like I said, I didn't really like this page until I added this part, and it just made everything pop. Sorry, I can't answer that question. Okay, and then while the paint is still wet, I went back in. I've got this little jar that has rubbing alcohol in it, and I spritzed it, and I think it makes a really cool texture. And then I don't mess with it after that. Oops. Now, how do I get my screen back? There we go. So, I'll do a little bit more of that. And that just brings everything out, particularly the leaves, I think. Now, see, I've got alcohol right there, so if you can see, it's beating up. Let me see, I've got the bottle in here, just a minute and I'll show you. Let me get this little, because you can't let it dry before you do that, and it'll, because it won't work. I use, because I do alcohol inks, painting with alcohol inks, the recommended percentage is 91%, so that's what I use. Okay, so there you go. You see what it does. I think that's cool. Let me get the bottle. Hold on. I got this at Walmart has it, but I have to use the 91% for my... No, it does not mess up the flowers. You see, it didn't change anything about the flowers when I did that. I have to use this percentage. It comes in 70-some%, so I don't know what that would do, but all I have is the 91%. So, That's what I used, and I just put it in this little spray bottle and spritzed it. And that's basically it, girls. Anybody got a question? I'll hold my page up again so you can see it, and it's on Instagram if you can look there and see what it looks like. I just love the scripture, the thought of God singing over me. And then that's the other side. Don't look at my writing because I'm working on that. The verse is, Zephaniah 3:17. The Lord your God is in your midst, a mighty one who will save. He will rejoice over you with gladness. He will quiet you by his love. He will exult over you with loud singing. So the thought of God singing over me is powerful and sweet. Well, I'm working on writing. I can paint, but my handwriting is the pit. So I've started following, I think it's Kelly Clapstein or something on Instagram, and she does a little tutorial. So I'm trying to work. I did a page today. Let's see. I did Mary and Martha this morning, so may I choose the best part. I said I hope I don't get so bogged down with the business of life that I forget to sit at his feet. So I am working on my handwriting, but that's a little bit, I guess I don't like to practice too much, even though I tell y'all to do that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed trying this one, and let me see your pictures if you do, and thanks for joining me this morning. Have a great day. Thanks for the hearts. Thank you. And if you want me to do anything, just send me a note and I'll see what I can do. I've got feather on my agenda for somebody wanted a feather, so I'm going to do that. Okay, girls, I got to go help split wood. I'll see y'all later. Mountains. Oh, you want to do mountains. Okay, we'll see what I can do about that. Oh, Shauna, were you the one that wanted the feather? I know I just sent somebody a message. My brain is not totally there. Okay, see y'all later.